Hey, it's been about 2 months now since I got my VX2000. Bought it off Craigslist from some guy in Maine. I forget where in Maine, but it really doesn't matter. It was $800 and he included an MK1 Intermediate lens without the caps because somebody had to lose them along the line. Really like this camera. It's a great weight to it, a great feel to it. Quality of it's great until you put it on YouTube, which of course YouTube compresses the heck out of everything and just kills even 1080p footage. But it's great weight, looks great on the TV. It's industry standard for skateboarding filming. This, or the whole entire VX series, and it's soon to be the HVX, but because of that you can get these things for cheaper and cheaper as time goes on. This against the VX1000, this has an LCD screen where the VX1000 doesn't, yet the VX1000 is smaller because of that, and a few other things that this has that doesn't have, which makes it lighter and a little more, well, obviously compact because it's smaller. VX1000 has slightly better daylight colors, but colors are all about how you set them, not so much the camera. It's a little bit to do with the camera, but for the most part you can replicate that setting this right and in post-production. This has ridiculously good low light filming. VX1000 can't touch this. If you want to do like low light filming or night filming, you need to get a DCR 100 or a 50 to 100 watt light and put that in the hot shoe, and that's this big whopping light, like that big. It's a halogen light and external battery that you have to wear on your back or something. And you can do that with this if you want to film in pitch blackness, but that's what you need if you want to film in low light where and make it look good, where this for the most part just slap like a small like 20 or 10 watt light on the top of this and you're fine for filming low lights. VX1000 has the original Mark 1 lens, or Mark 1 fisheye, which is the widest fisheye there is in the 4:3 standard 4:3 aspect ratio for skateboarding. There's wider ones for DSLRs, but you can't film with the DSLR. I have the Mark 1 Intermediate, which is in between the Mark 1 for the VX1000 and the Mark 2 for the VX2000. VX2000 uses a Mark 2, which isn't as wide as the VX1000's Mark 1. But you can mod a VX1000 Mark 1 to fit onto a VX2000. You can go on, I believe, bayorings.com or something like that. And this back part of the lens right here, how it attaches, you can take that off your lens and put on their mount, and you can put a VX1000 lens on a VX2000. Price wise, these are still a bit more than the VX1000 just because the VX1000 is so old, but these are in a lot better condition than VX1000s. Generally, if you find a VX1000 on eBay, it's going to be in like poor condition. It might glitch on you every now and then, or it might soon be broken. Any number of things could be wrong. The mic could have been knocked off. The actual lens could be scratched. The really old cameras, they're like over 10 years old. A bit over 10 years. Where these are just about 10 years old at max. They can range from 4 years old, which is around when mine was the original owner bought mine, to 10 years old because they came out in 2000. But if you were to buy one of these new, I would not recommend it at all. I'd say go buy a Panasonic DVX100B. That is a lot better quality camera. It's bigger, and you don't get to say I have a Sony VX, but it's really quickly becoming one of the industry favorites along with this camera. that has the widescreen fisheye on it, which costs like twice the price of the camera. But that's the pro camera, or soon to be pro camera, along with the HVX. That's a pro standard def camera now. So don't buy one of these new, just go straight for the DVX because they're the same price or close to the same price. But as far as buying used, I'd say go with one of these, because they're not much more than a 1000, and personally for me, the benefits just exceed the 1000s. You can use the same lens by modding. This has better low light. It has the LCD screen if you want to do like a crowd shot where you hold it way up in the air and you can't use the viewfinder. Has better battery life. They're more durable because they're newer and built better when they originally were built. And they're also in better quality or better condition because they're newer and they haven't had as much time to get beaten up. Where the 1000 is fairly old and has a bit of wear on most of them. It's really hard to find one in like minty fresh condition. But yeah, full manual controls, just like most prosumer cameras. Has a great weight to it, great low light. Just everything about this camera is so good for skateboarding. Only thing, it needs a little bit more back weight to it, but a bigger battery for me would solve that and bring it down, or at least level it out, because you do get a little bit of pain in your wrist about here and in your fingers from grasping it so tight to keep it angled up when filming lines. But other than that, this is the camera. If you're going to buy used, this is the camera for you, or for anyone really, not just you, for your friend, for your, I don't know, coworker, somebody. But this is a camera unless you're going to be filming daylight 24/7 and have your heart set on saying I have a VX1000, which to me really doesn't matter that much. Buy new though, definitely get a DVX, because that blows this away. 24p progressive scan, where this is that does 24p progressive and 30 frames interlaced, where this does just 30 frames interlaced. So you can get the film look with that camera, which you can't with this. And that has a little bit more fisheye options than this. But once again, that's like about 2000-ish new. Along with this would be 2000-ish new, but you can pick these up for like a little over 1000. And VX1000s you get for about 800-ish. So it's all a lot of personal preferences, but I think most people will find that this is the camera for them. There's always exceptions to that. There's always people that would be better off with the GS500, with the VX1000, with an HVX200. So read about them. This is my personal opinion on this camera, and it really depends on how you feel about your filming and where your money's at and stuff like that. So yeah, that's it.